Another quick test for me, and this time what I'm doing is trying various different connections and configurations to see if I can get live chat driving my interactive graphics from both LinkedIn and YouTube in multiple different places. So I am going to be looking to my left and right because I've got lots of screens open, and I can see that things are starting to happen live on LinkedIn, which is great. So I can see my different streams coming live, interactive graphics, mute myself on various different places. So to start with, what I'm going to do is drop a comment in on LinkedIn, and being it's LinkedIn, let's start with London. That's a comment on LinkedIn, and that's popped in, and I can add that comment to my broadcast. Okay, it's popped in on there, and there I am popped in on the map globally. So I can come to the map and I can scroll around and have a look at myself on the map. 24 degrees in London, that sounds nice and toasty. So that's worked on LinkedIn, which is great. Let's have a look on YouTube and see if I can ping something up from YouTube, if I can find the right screen. So YouTube should be up and live as well, which it looks like it is. So that's worked on LinkedIn, which is great. Let's have a look on YouTube. Let's mute myself on here as well. Lots of muting going on. And YouTube, I'll start that with a Y for YouTube. And I'm live on YouTube and pinged in York on YouTube to see if that's going to appear in my broadcast, which it has. So that takes a couple of seconds, but it's appeared on my broadcast. So here we are, York has appeared here, and we'll wait to see if it drives that on my globe as well. And in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can log in on my phone also. Turn the volume down on my phone also. So I'm posting a comment from the LinkedIn app, and I can also see some other users are posting in as well. So let's have a look at what's going on here on the globe, and maybe zoom in a little on the globe. Martin in London is appearing on the globe, and let's see. Add to broadcast. Now what's interesting here is that I know that that is Neil calling in from Portugal to give me a hand, but what has happened is that it hasn't actually brought in his name as LinkedIn user. So there we are, we have my York version of everything that's popped in. That came from YouTube, and it takes a long time, it would appear, to come from YouTube, so that's a bit embarrassing. However, I'll just shrink this map down slightly. I can see that Neil is calling in from multiple locations as well. Where it's also quite warm in Portugal, 27.4, that's pretty toasty. and where Neil actually is, as opposed to a false impression of where he is. So bottom line is here that that is definitely working, and I'm able to grab everything from both LinkedIn and from YouTube live. So they are going to something called Restream, and Restream is then firing out my streams. So it's going from Ecamm to Restream, and then Restream is firing out to LinkedIn and YouTube. I also have a vertical version of this going on to LinkedIn as well. So when the stream is finished, what I want to do is see whether it is consolidated all of the information into the same stream, so that I also see the comments and reactions coming in on vertical. So interesting. Which one is Neil posting from there? So when he's posted in Porto from YouTube, it has actually come up with his avatar, but when he's posting in from LinkedIn, it's just saying LinkedIn user, so it's not even picking up the name of the LinkedIn user, which would be rather useful. So let's go back to the LinkedIn user, this one, and zoom in on that as well. Now, when I check on this user, quick facts on where you're coming in from. And that's just saying LinkedIn user. Whereas this one, it's LinkedIn users. And let's see, the Porto one has not appeared, which came in from YouTube. Now I wonder whether that's just a slight delay, because it seemed to take ages for the YouTube ones to come in. So I think I'm going to wait for a moment or two and just see if the Porto one appears, because I can definitely see that Neil did post from Porto, but it took forever for my one to come in for York from YouTube. So Neil has just asked me what I see inside of the Restream chat. So I will go to the Restream chat, which will probably mess up my screens here, but let me have a look at the Restream chat. Now the Restream chat is also saying LinkedIn user, so the Restream chat is not picking up the name from LinkedIn. So Neil's saying it's taking about 30 seconds for them to come in from LinkedIn, but for some reason I'm not seeing Neil's Porto coming in at all from YouTube. just double check that. Cumbria. And just Portugal in general. But not coming in from YouTube, although mine did. And Neil's telling me he thinks he knows why things might not be working entirely from names in terms of LinkedIn and just getting LinkedIn user. However, the theory is there. I am now broadcasting in multiple different shapes and sizes to three different locations. So LinkedIn horizontal, LinkedIn vertical, and also to YouTube in horizontal as well. And I'm been able to pick up from YouTube and from LinkedIn and on my phone and on the desktop app. So that's great. So I'm going to get a cup of tea and consider this a success, but shut down for the moment. See you later. Bye.